Crazy.
What are you doing to make money now?
I'm working as a behavior technician. So right now I'm mostly working with kids who have autism or, disorders that are related to that. So
All day, every day, or what?
all day, almost all day, every day. I'm also trying to do some more dance stuff too. Just because right now the job is like still kind of part-time. So yeah, I've been doing that and dancing and babysitting and making ends meet, applying to grad school. So I'm doing that right now. So I'm keeping myself busy.
I hope I don't remember if I've given you this free advice. I highly recommend you take the I don't know what they call them, but it's kind of like practicing for the GRE. It's a seminar. It's usually, it can be anywhere I've seen from $500 to $2,500. And they coach you on how to take the test. They don't teach you anything. Really?
Yeah, because it's all a game. It's all a game.
Yes, it's definitely a game. So I had to take one to get into grad school, and first I decided I'll be cheap. I went to the library and looked up how to pass the GRE, and at Northridge they had this special program for therapists you could get through in 14 months. If you had a therapist sign ahead of time, you were gonna be his intern.
Really?
So I got my man to sign it. I got in, but I also was allowed to substitute the Miller Analogies test for the GRE. Miller Analogies test is all words, which happens to be my skill.
Yeah, exactly.
So I beat the fuck out of that. But I went to the class too. I went to the How to Take a Miller Analogies class, and that was only $500, only $500.
I know, right? The test itself is so fucking expensive. I'm like, ugh, it's annoying.
They're trying to keep us out,
Exactly.
And they want you to go further into student debt.
Exactly. It's a great cycle. It's a really good cycle.
So, are you thinking about being a therapist?
Yeah, I'm thinking neuropsychology, so a little bit more brain focused, but yeah, something along the lines. It is nice because I'm like actually working with like clients, like with kids, which is really cool, but yeah, it's a lot of work. It's tiring. So, but
it sure is. Yes. I put up with it for 20 years.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it went from
it's a lot.
75 to 95, and you end up kind of like a cop. Just see bad stuff all the time.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
And I would look at women in the supermarket beating their kid, and my wife would have to grab me to keep me from going over there knocking the fuck out of the parents,
It's fun. It's so fun.
So that was the bad side. The good side was it feels so good when you help somebody. You can't buy that feeling.
That's so true. That is so true.
It's different than money or sex or drugs or I don't know where it is, but it just feels like I don't know. You just fill up with something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't know what it is either, but it feels very good.
Yeah, that's kind of what got me into it, is because he had me working with let's see, 75, but 78. You know what EST is? EST? It was a big Tony Robbins type of nonsense where you pay money and you get in this pyramid scheme, and the further keep going up. Anyway, and they were selling what was he saying? Be all you can be type of horseshit. And they would lock you in a room for 3 days and yell at you, and you couldn't take a bathroom break until they said so, and all this stupid shit.
Of course.
And it was very popular. It got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And Brandon finally decided, I've got to compete with these fucking idiots, and I've got to do a real workshop and show people that you don't have to do that to get your shit together. So we had 3-day workshops. So my job was to take all the single people who were there because they wanted to be in a relationship and they didn't have the skills. No crazy people, just awkward nerds, males and females, divorced women, divorced men who had no clue. Put them in a room, teach them body language and conversation skills and so on. That's how I got started in this end of the business. So, and I was very good at it because I'd made all the mistakes they've made, which makes you a much better.
Yeah.
It's like alcoholics can only be cured by former alcoholics, you know. You can't bullshit me. I did that too. So anyway, that's how I got into it. And it was doubly rewarding because these poor bastards, 35-year-old men and 28-year-old women had never been on a date, never been kissed, and they come back in 6 weeks and they've got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And I was just,
oh, that's so cool.
I just felt so good. And so that's what I do now. And you're helping a lot, by the way.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I'm happy to be back with you. But yeah, glad I can be of assistance.
And I think, I don't remember what I sent you an email. Yeah, let me look at it.
The obesity stuff, or
yeah. Yes, but we need the guys to see that who are watching this. Let me see if I can find it here.
Get it up.
Yeah. Neuropsychology. Do you know who? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you know who? I just downloaded one of his podcasts. Oh, for Christ's sake! God damn! Fucking Weedheimers is killing me. Let's see, where would that be? Sam Harris.
Sam Harris, no.
Get on YouTube, and the one I'm watching now is The Coddling of the American Mind with Jonathan Haidt and Sam Harris. And download it, or I strip the audio off and listen in my car. I can't sit there and watch a computer.
Oh, wait. Oh, I have heard of him.
Okay, he's a neuropsychologist.
I have heard of him. Oh, cool. I will. I'm looking for a new podcast too, so.
Oh, there's millions of them. Just Sam Harris. Steve Pinker is also Harvard, MIT, neuropsych, all that stuff. Yeah.
Good stuff. Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
And what the fuck was I doing? Oh yeah, I was.
You were looking at trying to get the pictures.
Looking for my email.
It's okay. It happens. That's every time I go on my email, I find other things. And then...
Did you read it, by the way?
I did read it.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts about that?
I find it very interesting. There's some things I do agree with. Other things that made me like question. I don't know. It's attractiveness in general is such a complicated thing because part of it is like innate and it goes off of like more of like a biological response, and then there's part of it too that's like just what people like, personal preference, right?
Yes.
So in a sense, when I'm looking and when we're talking about this idea of like a man's weight or something, it I don't know. Well, we can talk about this, but there's differences. Sometimes it doesn't really matter for people, and you know, they're okay with having someone with like a little bit more junk in the trunk, which is fine. I think it gets more complicated, like when you think about like why is someone overweight, and like is it because they, I don't know, they're like emotionally like insecure and they're down on themselves and this is like their escape, and it's hard and it's sad, but that there's a difference between like someone like that and then having like being a little bit overweight because you have like a medical problem or something and it doesn't really seem to bother you. But some people are overweight and they have really low self-esteem, and for someone, when you're looking at a partner, that's hard to overcome and to overlook. And I think it goes, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on it. So I don't know if you want to start somewhere first and then ask me questions.
That's fine. Let me just say that this is about initial eye contact, looking at him.
Yeah.
And making a decision, go or no go. Just based on the fat in his face.
Yeah, I think that depends on personal preference. I would say most people, I don't know, in the picture that they showed me, yes, you can see a little bit of difference in the like weight of their face, but to me, like personally, it didn't seem like, yeah, like this one. Yep. It didn't seem like the biggest contrast. Like I see a difference, and maybe it's because I'm comparing them side by side that like, but like, I don't know. I would say the only reason why I would go with, I don't know. I feel like there's not a big enough difference for me to.
Well, this one has a Lamborghini, and this one has a VW Rabbit.
Yeah.
Does that help?
I'm not a cars person either, I'm going to be honest. But I think there's something about, it's hard to look at a picture, but I think when you're looking at someone and there's that confidence,
yeah,
that's a big
Sure, I understand all that. What this article was about was evolution has determined
Yeah,
it.
Exactly, yeah.
This is not personal preference. This is, let's see if we can get the buzzwords down here, which you'll have to learn.
The immune system, right? Where they were talking about immunity. Yeah, that was cool. Antibody response, that was.
Yeah, when you're just a little bit overweight, that's what happens.
No, it makes it, for me, that kind of does make sense, because you're thinking of, if you're thinking biologically, right? You're going to be with a partner, because you want to reproduce and, keep your genes going in other beings, and you want someone who's the most fit, like not just physically, but like, like health-wise too. Like you want them to be healthy, in order to, be the best fit father and the best like partner. So it kind of does make sense. But
it isn't a question of making sense. It's just, it's arrived at out of your awareness is the point they're trying to make. So if you're in a bar with lots of choices, you're probably not going to go for the guy that's a little bit overweight versus the guy that's a good track star or something. That was a good buddy. And if you're looking, and the other thing that David Buss always talks about is we're talking about two different kinds of relationships. One is long-term and one is one night. The one night relationships, the female is much more interested in manliness.
Yeah.
Rare jaw, big shoulders, me George and you Jane. But if she's looking for somebody to marry and make babies with, it drops way down to where reliability, predictability, intelligence, and ambition are much more important. If the guy doesn't give a shit and he wants to be a changing tires at Greyhound for the rest of his life, that's probably not a good choice for a long-term partner.
Right.
But this is initial attraction is what he's talking about with this article. So in my case, I'm interested in anybody that's bright-eyed. That's probably, if she's above a 6 on a scale 1 to 10, and she has bright eyes, I'm interested. That to me is always an indicator of high intelligence. So she can be a little bit this, a little bit that, a lot of this, a lot of that, and I'm still interested. Because great bodies are nice and beautiful faces are nice, and someone to talk with and be close to and be understood by, to me, is far more important than an arm charm. Mm-hmm. Although I'm guilty of both.
Well, we've all been there. It's okay.
Actually, I'm guilty of everything now that I think about it. But I don't know whether girls go for arm charms or not. I never know that. Is that possible? I got the quarterback and you didn't. Is that going on at all? Well,
it goes on. I think that's like it's a thing. Yeah, I would say it's not as big of a deal as it is for guys, but it's definitely prevalent. And
yeah, well, what happened to me when I was dating in those wonderful years between 80 and 90, the girls that wanted to have a relationship with me over time always wanted to introduce me to their girlfriends first. Mm-hmm. And if I passed that inspection, then it was on. But if I didn't pass that inspection, it was over. So I learned that after a couple, and I said, well, that's okay. So I got to put on the charming mode and be friendly and lightly seductive with everybody, and I'll be fine. So that surprised me. I didn't know the women. I wouldn't say I was an arm charm. I would say it was more like, he's old, but is that okay? It was more like what they were asking. I don't know what the hell the real question was. I never knew any of them well enough to ask.
Yeah.
Do you do that with anybody? Do you take them around and let them meet my boyfriend or meet my possible boyfriend?
To be honest, I've never been in a situation where I'm like that serious with someone that I care about others' opinions. Like, but I would do that. Like, there's already, when I think about if and when I ever date someone pretty seriously, like, I already know which friends I'm like, they get their approval, they're a winner. Then they are a winner. And I have like different ranks. I'm like, okay, they're going to be easy to get by. They'll be a little harder. And then I have like this one friend in particular that I'm thinking of, and I'm like, she kind of hates everyone. So, you know, if he's a winner in her book, then I'm like, he can propose now and I'll be fine. Good. Yeah, I think it's something you care about. I also think, sometimes you're always worried too that like you can't, especially when you're into someone, that you can't see like
yes,
flaws. So you're like, I need outside perspective, because in my head they're great and like this is going grand, but other people are more observant when it comes to what you're involved in.
yes, love is blind is not an empty saying.
Yes, true.
Huh. And it's literal. I mean, Helen Fisher. Have you read any Helen Fisher?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God! Put that in your YouTube. Listen
okay,
to
I'll put it in. Hold on, I'll do it now.
Her two TED Talks are just fantastic. She's a female anthropologist that all the feminists hate, but they can't get rid of her. She keeps saying these horrible things like women want a strong man. Isn't that controversial? So the feminists don't like that. I can take care of myself. Okay, do you hear the noise downstairs? Yes, dear. Well, get the ball bat and go see who it is. No, you're the man. You do that. You know that joke?
That good old saying, yeah.
So every once in a while, we come in handy for things like that.
Yeah. No, you need, you can be a strong woman, doesn't mean you don't want a strong man.
That's right.
That's my thought. Like, it's just nice. Why not have two strong people? That makes the best.
That's much better.
Yeah, I'm like, it's fine.
Before I ever got really involved with anybody, I would say to myself, if I get into a fist fight, will this girl jump in and jump on his back so I can beat her?
Yeah.
If she was that kind of girl, I was interested, because the long run, shit like that happens. And I don't want someone to go, okay, you guys, stop it. I don't need that shit. Help!
Yep. You just need someone to get in there.
Anything, just to distract them a minute so I can choke them or something. Okay, what was I saying? They don't care about us. Let's talk about, what else did I put in that email? Can you see it?
Let me try and get it up. I only see that, to be honest. Can you tell if a guy is not dating by looking at him across the room at a wedding reception, walking into a classroom? What do you see that tells you? Can a guy fake it?
Yeah.
Do you like guys with limited experience? Oh, interesting. Oh, these are just questions. Cool. Okay. I don't know if you want to do that later, but
yeah, whenever you want to talk, if you want something to get your attention, that's what we care about.
It all gets my attention. It's all interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell if a guy is not dating by looking at him across the room at a kind of hard. I don't know. I think it goes off of personality. I think it's easy to assume that guys that are like overly confident and like chatting it up and seem cool and laid back, that they're not dating someone, because they're like, they seem more single and ready to mingle. But I've definitely have seen that, and then that's just their personality, and they're like, no, I am in a relationship. And sometimes there's shy guys who may seem like,
Okay, no, what that means is not in a relationship, but someone who doesn't have much experience. In other words,
just experience-wise.
I get a lot of guys who have never had a date.
Right.
Anywhere between 23 and 33.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that the other girls in the workshop used to say, well, I'm not interested in a guy with no experience. First of all, you can't get my bra off. Second of all, if you go down on me, you won't have any fucking idea what to do. And if we decide to have sex, you'll be one and done and gone. I'm not interested in that. I did that when I was 13. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Somebody knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So that's just cold, blunt talk they gave him at the workshop.
Right. Yeah.
So those girls' attitude always, I'm not interested in inexperienced men. And that's part of the problem they have to overcome.
Right.
My advice is fake it till you make it. And all the girls said, you can't fake it. I can tell in 2 seconds of talking with you that you're
yeah. I was going to say once I don't necessarily think it's looking at them, but I think once you start talking to a guy, it becomes very clear. Like how comfortable they are talking with women, and also just like how the flow of the conversation. I think guys who are really good at communicating, and then they know to ask girls questions and like keep it going in an organic way, and they know how to flirt subtly but not in an uncomfortable way. Like those are the ones that smooth. You're like, okay, they know what they're doing. And then
you remember that guy on that show we watched who stuck his tongue out?
Ew, yeah, no.
I'll never forget that. They teach that in those damn pickup artist classes. I'm going, oh my God.
Bad.
I never got to see it. But he kept sticking all those double entendres in everything.
So gross.
That gets her mind on sex, so she's easy later, you see.
Exactly. So dumb. But yeah, I think rather than how you appear, like just standing there, like it's kind of hard to tell, but it's pretty clear when you start talking to anyone, guys or girls, how comfortable they are, like, pursuing something more like romantically or sexually or whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This was the other one that causes these guys a lot of trouble. We had this one girl named Savon. She was 20, and we were talking about a wedding reception. Mm-hmm. And she said, I said, Savon, there were 3 girls there that day. Savon and I don't remember, but she was just dead certain about this. She said, in a room of 100 people at a wedding reception, mixed ages, half and half, men and women, I can find the 3 guys I want to talk to in less than 20 seconds just by standing by the bar and looking. Mm. Can you do that? In 20 seconds? 50 fucking guys?
No. That's a skill. I do not have that. I definitely can pick out who I find to be the most attractive, but I need probably 4 minutes.
Yeah, most of the girls were in the minutes.
Yeah, I would say 5 minutes is for me,
that's without any interaction. That's just you standing over by the bar.
Exactly. I need to see how they interact with people.
Yeah, she said
if they're dancing or if they're, I don't know, it's just.
No, she said, I just graze. I start over there and I just go across the room. Number 1. Number 2, back by the door. Number 3, by the bar. But she was just sure she could do that.
Okay, well, that, I cannot do that, but good for her if she can.
Yeah, well, it shortens the courtship.
It's short, yeah, exactly. She can get right to the point. She's ready to go. So it's effective.
Okay, that was the other one. And an envelope. I teach this. You have to be in her envelope. If you're not in her envelope, there's nothing you can do. Her envelope is how old you are, what color you are, how tall you are, how thin you are, and whether you have any, you can walk and chew gum at the same time. I would say just coordination. They look at you when you're standing there. They look at you when you walk. They look at you interacting with other people. And then they can decide all that. Is he old enough? Yes. Is he too old? No. Is he too young? No. Is he the wrong ethnic? No. Is he whatever I said? Some women just absolutely won't go out with a white guy. Some women will absolutely will not go out with an Asian guy. Some women will absolutely, etc. And if you're not that, it's not her fault.
Yeah, and it's not your fault either.
It just can't be done. So you got to move on. Somebody different. So do you have an envelope?
I do have an envelope, yeah. I would say I'm more open-minded, I guess, than most people. I know some of my other friends are way more picky, when it comes to their envelope, but I think some people's envelope like have different characteristics. Like I have one friend who I love, but she went to a very, very good college, and she kind of will push aside anyone who also didn't go to a good college. Like she needs someone who went to an Ivy League. Like she's so like some people have different, I think, categories in their envelope.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is just visual from across the room.
Oh, just visual. Oh, okay, never mind. So if it's visual, yeah, I have mine. Again, I'd say I'm pretty open-minded. Do we want specifics? But
no, too short. How much is too short? How tall are you? 5'4"?
I'm 5'4".
And too short would be
like 5'7", 5'6".
Okay, how about 6'8"?
Probably the tallest I'd go is probably like 6'5" or 6'4".
Yeah, everybody's got a range there, right?
Yeah, I'd say 6'5" or 6'4". But I could get over, this is bad, but personally I could probably get over the fact of that. If they were like 6'8" and they were this incredible person, I could get over it. If they were shorter than me, I'd have a little bit more trouble. I'm gonna be honest, because that's just a me thing. But
no, it's evolutionary. You don't have to be.
Yeah.
No matter what they tell you, it's built in.
Cool. Okay.
Somebody's got to go out there and kill those people, and it's not going to be me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have an envelope, and do you know? Do you have a too fat just by looking?
By looking.
Okay, let's say.
I don't know weight. It depends on your height and weight.
I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1" and 200. Okay, if I was 6'1" and 280, I don't think you'd be interested.
Yeah, I would say you have to be. I'm okay with a little bit of.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like not that picky when it comes to that. Like
proportional. Proportional.
Yeah, I don't need someone who's like built. I don't need that. But I personally am attracted to someone who looks healthy and is comfortable in their body. So, yeah. Which, for some people, if they're a little thicker and that's fine for them, then it doesn't bother me. So
yeah, okay.
I can't name a weight or if I had a visual, but
I got it.
Yeah, but.
Well, I have this one guy that just joined the list, and he's really, really way too much overweight. He's probably 150 pounds overweight. Wild fucking guess, because I can only see his head. And I told him, you got to lose weight, man. No woman wants to talk to you looking like that. And he got offended. I said, look, I can't perform miracles here. You have to be what she wants.
Yeah,
if you know what she wants, I can't teach you shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things because I'm a little more sensitive to this kind of stuff maybe than you are, but like I do think that there are certain people out there, and I know certain people out there that are like fine dating someone who is overweight or who is considered obese. Like it doesn't bother them. But the problem is I don't think you're going to find as many people who are willing to do that than you are people, than if you're just like average or a little above average. You know what I mean? It just.
Yeah, sure.
Your pool gets smaller. So if they're okay with that, then they're okay with that. But I think you can attract a lot more people if you're the most comfortable in your skin. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what you want. But yeah, it's hard.
Okay. What else is on that list or whatever I sent you? I don't remember.
Age is on the list.
Age, yeah. So you're 23?
Yeah, 23, almost 24, but yes, 23.
24 is a great number. It's a wonderful
number.
Is
it? I feel like it's old. Like there's a difference between 23 and 24 to me. I'm like, ooh.
Sure, yeah. When it's can you see my finger on the screen? I'm making a bell-shaped curve.
No, I cannot. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. I just thought.
Okay, right in the middle there. What would be the perfect age for you when you're ready to have a baby? What would be the perfect age? You're 33, right? When you're gonna have a baby?
Yeah, 33 to have a baby.
Okay, 53 too old?
53 is too old. I would say 43. I would say 10 years is the highest I would go.
And 33. You're 33. How about 23?
No, I would probably say 27, 28. 27, 28.
So 5 years younger and 10 years older.
Yeah.
So that's your envelope.
Yeah, it's probably my envelope.
Okay. And I don't know how you judge somebody on whether they can make a living or not.
Yeah.
But I teach and preach you have to look successful all the time anywhere. If you don't look successful, there's a million guys that don't look successful and you can't compete with them. So you've got to be different. You've got to look like you've got your shit together all the time.
Yeah.
That helps.
It's nice when you present your best self out. I agree with that. Yeah.
It doesn't guarantee shit. I don't mean wearing a suit and tie.
Right.
I mean, instead of wearing raggedy shit sneakers and a shirt that needs washed and a jacket that's all rumpled, take a few minutes and get your shit together before you go out there, because that communicates lots of bad stuff. I don't care about myself. I don't give a fuck what I look like, so on. So look your best, take care of yourself, clean your fingernails. I didn't know that when I first started dating young women. The second thing they look at are your nails.
Really?
Yeah. What they're all pissed off about their boyfriends working on their cars with the greasy black fingers.
Oh, I do hate when like people have like I hate when people's nails aren't clean.
I hate it when they're bitten.
Hate it.
Yeah, dirty nails and bitten nails, icky.
Yes, I can't. Yeah, that's fair.
So they have to have. I don't get a manicure because that looks kind of swishy. Just
my dad gets pedicures.
Yeah, it's okay. I would like to get a pedicure. I just can't. I'm afraid my balls will shrink if I go in there.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
I did it once. It was okay.
Yeah.
But
my dad loves it, so.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Oh, up to me. My ex-wife got toenail fungus in one of those places, and that always scared me.
Fun. That's great.
$900, and I don't remember how many trips to down the coast where that medical place is. What's the big medical thing where Jonas Salk was?
Where is it?
Halfway, almost to San Diego. It's where all the famous medical doctors are.
I don't know.
Anyway, we had to go down there because she had kidney problems in addition to it, and whatever the cure for toenail fungus is very deadly on people with kidney problems.
Whoa, really? I didn't know that.
It's a bad chemical they give you to kill the fungus. So height, age, and weight, income, you don't know how to judge it, but I'm just saying look successful and get a job more than McDonald's, something like where she can see you have a future of some kind. What else is in the email I sent you? Out of the envelope, there was other things there or something, I don't remember.
Ethnicity was one you mentioned.
Oh, that's the envelope.
Oh, sorry, not the envelope.
Let me tell you my envelope. I'll go out with anybody. They can have a heavy accent, but I have to be able to understand them easily. I can't be going, what? Huh? Excuse me.
That is fair. And yeah, an accent can only be so hot, and then you're like, but you aren't talking, so. Yeah.
I used to have guys come from New Zealand and Australia and Germany and France and Spain, and the workshop girls just loved them. Said, oh, your accent is so nice, and and the guys were just so surprised American women liked it. I said, no, even a little British accent, they like it.
Right.
But if you can't speak English, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, it's hard. I agree.
I don't mind bad grammar. If you've got 42 Ds and your 18-inch waist, we could probably have a couple of good. Okay, what other than that? Other than the envelope, what else did I put in the email? You read a couple things.
One of them was about, let's see. Hey, bud. Oh, thank you. Much appreciated. You want to say hi?
Sure.
My sister brought me a coffee. It was very nice.
Hello, sister.
Hello, how are you?
Did you get married, my dear?
No, not yet.
No, I'm very.
Oh, you were graduating.
Yeah. No,
we'll get married soon. No.
We're in no rush. These sisters aren't ready yet.
I know she's not, but I've heard all kinds of stories about you.
Sure. I mean, I will be married first, but
yeah, she's like, I'm gonna be married.
All right, have fun.
Bye-bye.
She, on the other hand, she loves foreign men. I'm just gonna throw it out. So embarrass you for it. She loves it.
Whatever makes you happy, Jesus Christ.
Exactly. It just depends.
Doesn't hurt anything. My God.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you like guys with limited experience? Why or why not? That's an interesting one. I think we had talked about when some of the girls
With zero.
Yeah, zero. Like haven't even kissed anyone. I'm gonna be honest, it's hard because you were saying some of the girls were like you kind of have to like teach them. So I think I honestly could only do it if it's someone that I'm like I could see something really, really special with. Like really, like I'm like, wow, this person's phenomenal. Because you know what? I'm okay with taking charge a little bit, and that's fine. I can teach them their ways. But like it is something where it's like it is nice to be with a guy who knows what he's doing. Not even just like in that way. Just like
yes, everything.
You know what I mean? Just like knows how to date a girl and be with a girl and it feels comfortable, like
doesn't have any trouble ordering for her.
Exactly.
Open the door, light a cigarette, open a car door, make conversation, have opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep saying yes dear, yes dear, yes dear. Have an opinion. Say something.
Yeah, exactly. So it is nice to have someone like that. But if they're a great person and I think you have to be, if you are someone who has limited experience, I think the best thing you can do is like just own up to it and just be like, listen, I'm going to ask you questions. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm like willing to like be a great boyfriend or be a great whatever. You just can't, don't like have low self-esteem about it. I know it's super hard. And like, I'm even like this too, because I haven't really actually dated anyone ever. I just like, I've had fun here and there, but like, I've never dated seriously. So sometimes I feel like bummed about it, and you kind of have to get out of that rut and just own it, and then just like be ready to be your own person and like be with someone. You just have to like own up to it and be willing. Don't
Okay, it goes along with all my advice is always, if you don't know how to do something, ask. But you can't be like, Mommy, I don't know how to kiss you. Can you explain that to me? No,
that's fair. That has to be
manly. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never had any dates. I think you're really hot. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to talk to girls. Could you show me how to kiss you? Now, if the guy's good looking and built,
it helps. I'm not gonna lie. It does help.
One of my T-babes said one time, if he's built like Adonis and hung like Will Chamberlain, we're not going to have any problems.
Oh, God.
So it's what you bring to the party too. I mean, if you're an average guy, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
And those poor guys that overcompensate by building big muscles. Every workshop I've ever had, one girl out of probably 40 or 50 different young women, one of them liked big muscles. One. The rest went, no, I don't like that. It looks like he's going to kill somebody here.
Yeah, I hate to admit it. I'm like that too. I don't really like the huge muscles.
Well, the one girl, this guy had a neck like.
Yeah, like a thick neck.
Right there. And he had big shoulders, a big chest, big arms. And he worked at it. He's 5'9". He weighed about 220 and no fat. And the girls would all say, "You're too close. You scare me. You're too close." 5'9", and they're 5'6", and he's still too close. And he's back up. And he said, "What?" They said, "You're too big. You're scary. You look like Mike Tyson coming at me." So if you're built like that, you got to remember, guys, stand back a little bit, because it isn't just height. It's whatever else. It's all in our.
Whatever else is right.
So the muscles are just, that won't help you much, in other words.
Right.
Slim and trim is the best you can be. In shape and not fat.
Yeah.
Not skinny, not fat. A good runner.
Yeah.
Not a marathon runner. They look like Auschwitz graduates. But
yeah, they're very skinny.
Yeah, there's no muscle, none, zero.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Okay, anything else on there? I don't remember. I should be looking at mine.
I got it. I'm ready. Party/wedding reception topics that are very unwise, suicide, etc. Looking for not obvious topics. Okay. So just what? should I mention topics that
Has anyone killed the conversation with you at a wedding reception or a party by the wrong subject? Where you went, oh, excuse me, I got to get some ice for my drink.
I think no. The only bad situation I've told you, and I think I mentioned this already on one of our videos, but I was out at a bar. I was talking maybe not even a minute with this guy, but my friend thought he was cute, and she's a little bit shyer, so I was like, I'll go get him. Like, don't you worry. So I bring him over. I'm like, this is my friend. Like, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, oh, cool. And he's like, and he was like, oh, how long have you guys known each other? I'm like, oh, we're best friends. We've known each other since 4th grade. And then the next thing he says is, oh, so have you guys seen each other naked? And I was like,
I do remember that when you said it.
Do you remember this? I was like, I need to go right now. I need to leave as fast as I can.
My mom's calling me. I gotta go.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. So
that must be one of those pickup artist tricks.
It was. I don't know how that could work for anyone. Like someone, I don't know. But I think that just shows like nothing super inappropriate the first time you meet someone. Don't be making those kind of jokes yet. Like there'll be a time and a place. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. After you get to know each other.
Yeah, not that.
And you trust each other, then you can be silly like that.
Right.
It better be silly. It better not be for real.
True.
What I say is don't talk about the new tax plan. Don't talk politics. Don't talk abortion, immigration.
Agreed.
Religion. Divorce is probably bad.
Divorce is probably bad, especially at a wedding too.
Yeah. Children, just leave all that out.
Yeah, leave all it out. Ask questions about the other person. Movies, books, TV shows. Work is even kind of fine. Yeah, just to like get to know what someone's doing. Yeah.
Okay, those are good topics.
Yeah. Trying to think of other bad ones.
Well, anybody who's talking about himself, I went to Aspen last summer, and it was just wonderful. I met Leonardo DiCaprio, and we started a few lines together.
Oh, cool.
No. I'm saying don't do that. Even if you did do that, don't tell them. Well, like, tell Sophie. I'm sorry. Tell Sophie. She would be impressed by that.
Yeah, I would. I'm like, oh, fun. I'm like, cool. Love Leo. Depends on who it is. No, if you talk, yeah, there's a balance between talking too much about yourself, especially about things that like, yeah.
You're trying to impress. It's bad.
Yeah. You got to remember that. I sometimes have trouble with this. Personally, I'll get on tangents. It depends on if I'm nervous. Like I know when I'm nervous around a guy.
Yeah. What do you mean on tangents?
Like I just start talking about something and then I kind of keep spiraling down the rabbit hole and keep talking about it. And I'm like, okay, you got to stop. They probably don't want to hear about it. Usually it involves dance and some.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And like to be honest.
Yeah. Talking about your job in minutia is stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do? I'm a tech writer. What's a tech writer? Well, you know when you get a new dishwasher and has a little book with it? I write those kind of books for airplanes. Oh, I see. Okay. And that's the end of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No more about military, this and that shit. Just, that's what I do.
Agreed.
The computer, I get so many guys that make a living with computers on here. One of the guys that came from Philadelphia who was a super rocket scientist computer guy, made a lot of money, but like most computer guys, has a hard time with women. And he said, I've managed to get past, what do you do for a living, by saying, I'm into computers. It just pays good so I can have fun doing what I like, which is scuba diving in Mexico.
Yeah.
You're off the computers. You don't have to explain networks and interfaces and all that bullshit. Another guy say, I'm a director of IT services. Now, what fucking female on the planet has any idea what the fucking director of IT services does?
No idea, yeah.
Don't do that. I'm into computers. I take care of computers at work. That's all. And get off it. Because I've never met a woman who's interested in computers ever.
Yeah, unless they also do work with computers. But otherwise, then it's not worth going into detail about.
Okay. What else? What else?
Yeah, let me see.
No, you give your advice.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, the best is like kind of keep talking until you find something. Like you'll know when someone like lights up about something, and then just you can go to town there. Like,
my three are movies, TV, and music.
oh, music's good.
Anybody can talk, and food. Music, TV, and food. You can talk about any of those four anytime for anybody.
Yeah, food's also a good like segue into a date because you can be like, what do you like to eat? They're like, oh my God, I love Indian food. And you're like, I know this great.
There's this new Indian restaurant. I haven't tried it. Would you like to join me?
Let's go. Yeah, food's great.
Beer. I don't drink beer anymore.
Oh, really? I love beer.
Yeah, no, I used to love beer too. Beer loved me though.
I love beer. I used to hate beer, and then I realized it's just because I had shitty beer in college. Like, it's just horrible Bud Light, and I'm like, I hate this. Why are people drinking it? And then I had actual good beer. I'm like, this is amazing. Wow, I love this. Okay. Someone's no-nos when talking with you, such as looking at girls while talking with you or whining about X. Yeah, we kind of talked about no-nos when talking, but yeah, another thing is eye contact's huge. Don't look at your phone. I hate when people look at their phone when you're talking to them.
Yes.
Just like be engaged.
My rule is, if you're on a date, that means you've agreed to meet her somewhere. Leave your fucking phone in the car after you make the last text. I'm just arriving or I'm in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Leave it in the car. And if she wants to do something, you say, I left it in the car. But that prevents you from being stupid.
Yeah.
This isn't just willpower, it's leave it in the car. Don't do it. Don't look at your watch either. Don't look at your watch and don't look at your phone.
Yeah, it's fair. Oh man. Yeah, just be engaged. That one's pretty easy. Okay. Shake hands to introduce self. Do you find that stuffy or okay or a good idea? I'm good with shaking hands.
Do you remember?
It kind of depends on like the situation. I'm also good with hugs too, but just depending on it depends on the situation. Like if I'm meeting a friend of a friend, I'll always go in for a hug. And I think if you're a guy in that situation and you're meeting a friend of a friend and she seems like personable and more friendly, not as shy, I would go in for a hug because I think it's nice to. But I don't see anything. I kind of like shaking hands actually because it's a little bit of like interaction. It shows you're like confident. Unless you have sweaty hands, then maybe just avoid it. I don't know.
Yes. If your hands are sweaty.
I have sweaty hands, so it's something I'm self-conscious. That's also some of the reasons why I just go in for a hug because I'm like, my hands are sweaty, so I'm just going to just go in for a nice hug.
That surprises me. I don't remember your hands being sweaty when I shook hands with you.
Really? Oh, so I lucked out. That's good. No, it's only when I'm nervous usually.
Yeah, well, there wasn't anything to be nervous about. You were just at work, and I said something about your college.
Oh, really? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm John, blah, 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 and I shook hands with you. And you shook hands with me, and you seemed like a perfectly normal person. There was no fear, no I'm so cool shit. It was all just fine.
Cool.
But the main thing, the reason I teach that is touch is your most important emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sense. If you're in a restaurant and you're not sure whether the flowers are real, you reach out, touch it. Yeah. That's the final judgment. So yeah. I teach people that when you meet somebody, man or woman, or business or not business, if you shake hands, you'll get a good feel for where they're coming from and how, actually, whether you can trust them or not, if you're paying attention, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if they give you the, it's called a politician's handshake. They put their hand there, and you put your hand in their hand, and then they put their other hand over here like this.
Right.
Ick.
Right.
Used car salesmen, preachers, all the people I don't like do that.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Anything you want to talk about that's not on there?
Oh, sorry. This one I think is funny. Sorry. It's the next one. But it says, does he have to dance at a wedding reception bar party? I guess this one's, I'm very opinionated on this one, but that's because I'm a dancer, I think. I think it's nice to dance. Even if you don't think you can dance, like, it's all about fucking confidence. Like,
get out there.
Have fun. I think the best people to watch dance are the ones that have no idea what they're doing, but they're having the time of their life. And I'm like, yes, like, go take a tequila shot, get in there, you'll have fun. And I think that it's so annoying, especially like when there's a guy, and I've had this situation where I'm like, come dance, like, and they're like, I can't dance, and I'm like, well, it's fine. I'm like, I'll teach you, like, we can just dance, and they're like, no, I don't do it. I'm like, you're not fun. And I'm like, I think it's a good sign if you are someone like that can just let loose and have a good time. So I think definitely dance.
That means you're confident.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you know how to or not. Like, most people who are at the wedding will not know how to dance, so you're fine. Okay.
Yeah. That's a big deal because I insist on it.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you say that. I think that's a big thing for most girls too, because I just think you want someone who you can be silly with and have fun with, and I don't know, if you're a grouch in the corner, like, no one likes you.
Yes, and not only that, but Savon again said, I can tell if he's a good fuck by the way he dances.
Really? Okay. That's so funny. I mean, you kind of can, but.
Yeah, but if he can't dance, then he might have a problem in bed. I don't know. The horizontal mambo is not that hard to do, okay? So,
that's fair. It's not.
So, but she was very opinionated about everything. She was probably had an IQ of 180. What a character. She won a state debate championship as a junior in high school, beat everybody, even the seniors, and she was from Vietnam.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. So everybody says, I have a handicap. I didn't get to go. Yeah. What do you think she had? She got a single mother, came from Vietnam. Vietnam. No, Cambodia. I'm sorry. Cambodia as a boat person.
Wow.
Now here she is beating everybody else in English in a debate, which means you got to be able to think on your feet. You got to have your shit together.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so she was very good as a T-babe.
Yeah, as a T-babe.
Yeah, she said this one guy who was very good after a couple of years was role-playing with her. And I don't remember what the setup was, but oh yeah. I said, okay, Savon, your job is to find out if this guy's seriously into you or whether he's fucking around. Mm. So you've been out 2 or 3 times. Now you're at this party. You're sitting in the corner by yourselves talking, and I want you to say to him, something that elicits the response. Women usually ask the guys, so where are we going? Or where is this going? That's usually the way they phrase it. Where is this going? And he says, I don't know. And that's usually cold water on whatever she wants you to say.
Yeah.
If you're really interested in her, you can say, I really like being with you, and I'd like it to continue. But what she wants you to say is, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? And I advise you to not say that until she forces you to say that, and then it's going to be mutual. Because if you want to be a boyfriend and she doesn't want a boyfriend, you're really fucking around on thin ice here. You had some good sex thing going, and if she says, where is this going? We don't know whether she means, are we going to have a relationship?
Right, or
whatever. I don't know what she means, but we have to probe a little bit and find out. And he says, I don't remember, but the point was, he said, trying to show he was having a commitment. He said, well, I could be monogamous after tonight. And she says, do you have something in mind? And he said, yes. And she said, who with?
Yeah.
So he just stopped. He said, what's she doing? I said, she's asking you, is it me?
Yeah.
So you got to be a little more, I could be monogamous after tonight. That means I'm going out with somebody else and then I'll be back, or it means something else. I don't know. But you better, when that kind of probing comes up, I always tell them, if you really like her and you want to be with her, own it right there on the spot. Mm-hmm. I even advocate kissing her right there, in the public or not. And I'm so against public displays of affection. That's for teenagers. We don't do that. But if it's that moment, seal it with a kiss is what I say. Mm-hmm. Anyway, anything else you'd like to talk about? Anything on the list? I don't remember what I said to you.
Yeah, we actually almost got to the bottom of the list. So the last one's pretty general, but it says anything you want guys 20 to 40 to know what to always do and never do.
Yes. So. That would be wonderful. Sophie's 10 Commandments.
I don't have that one. I need to think about before I answer.
Don't be stupid. That's my favorite commandment. Don't be stupid.
I love people that aren't stupid. It's one of my favorite qualities. I will be honest. That's true. It's like, don't be dumb. That is fair.
No, I just mean, I was a philosophy major as an undergrad, and philosophy majors are the weirdest fucking people. And they like to discuss the most silly minutia in the world. And we were talking about ethics one time, and I said, my friend Guy's father had only had one rule for him. And they all said, what is it? He said, don't be stupid.
Yeah.
But when you're 16, that covers everything.
Yeah.
Drinking and driving, not climbing up on the bridge and throwing shit at people. It's all kinds of things.
Right.
So do you have any 10 commandments besides don't be stupid?
Don't be stupid. Yeah. Dance at parties, dance at weddings. Even initiate it. You'll get big points if you initiate it. Like, come dance with me. That's real nice.
And if you're not that good, you can say, I'm not very good. I hope I don't tramp on your shoes. But
yeah, make it fun. Yeah, exactly. She'll love that even more. So it's cool. Yeah, I think it's easy, especially when I think you're working with people who have never really dated before. Like, it's easy to kind of make this, like, not a game, but like, these are rules. And yes, you should think about these when you're dating, but also, like, I think be in the moment and feel it out and know that, like, everyone's a little bit different, and be flexible when it comes to these things, and just, like, I don't know, be in the moment, because if you are thinking too much about it all the time, like, that's gonna come across more like, oh, what do I say next? Like, oh, is the conversation flowing? Oh my gosh, like, if it's flowing, you're fine. It's flowing. You won't have to worry about it. You won't even be thinking about anything else other than the fact that you're talking to this really cool person. So,
okay, that's a big deal. We spend the first day on looking successful.
Mm-hmm.
Second day, we spend on talking with her. At the end of the day one, we teach them how to meet, shake hands,
right?
Notice her across the room, respond to her body language, go over there and talk to her, okay? But the next time we have conversations and we have role playing, sit there, sit here, and the girl and the guy say, okay, you met at a wedding, and now you're off in a corner talking with each other, wing it. So the girl usually has been there before, so she takes the lead and gets it started.
Yeah.
And then if the guy's sitting there drilling her with questions or letting himself be drilled by questions, they always say, stop. Stand up, you sit here, you be the girl, and I'll be the guy. Okay, now ask me that question I asked you. Where did you go to college? I went to college at Skidmore in New York. Where did you go to college? Say what, hit it over the fucking net. Don't just answer the question. Get it back over there. Hit the ball back.
Yes, get the ball back.
Don't just say, I went to UCLA. Ha, ha, ha. Or UCLA's, you're trying to be witty. No.
Yeah.
Hit the ball back over the net. You don't have to ask her, what's your bra size? But you do have to go back over there with something.
Yeah. Agreed.
And anything she says, like, I saw The Sopranos the other night. Did you see it? Yes, I saw it. Don't say, yes, I saw it. Yes, I really liked when Tony shot that guy. Whatever, but reveal yourself. Reveal. I'm real. I'm just going to sit here and be drilled by questions. Because I tell them all, if they don't hit the ball back, keep drilling them with questions. How old were you when you had your first kiss? How old were you? Just keep going, boring in there until he quits. Don't let him. He learns that way. Pain is a wonderful teacher.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Oh, gosh. Okay, my dear, I'm going to cut this down to something.
Sounds good.
I'll tell you when it's up. Have you looked at all of them yet?
I have looked up the first 3. I finally got around to it.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. It's good, except I don't know if you have this problem, but whenever I hear my voice, like either on the phone or on I'm always like, oh, it's so weird. Like,
No, when you first start doing this, it's like that.
Yeah. So
and
maybe
see
I'll
every
get.
little thing wrong with yourself and all that. It eventually goes away to where that's a piece of glass over there, and you just
Exactly. Yeah, it's fine.
eventually. Okay.
But yeah.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
I won't be in the Golden Ox over there for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Neither will I. I need a little break, so that's fine.